Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Extinct Breaks Originals. And for this very special episode, this is the special series on Jurassic World Rebirth and the Spinosaurus Lego Custom Tutorial. This is actually in collaboration with Let's Get Groovy, Ibiza Universe, and Prehistoric Bricks. So please check out their channel as well for the rest of the Spinosaurus brothers. And so I think from the thumbnail you already know what we're going to make for this particular video, and here it is, the Spinosaurus. But we're looking at whether or we're still going, we will be using this particular head, as I think it's a little bit large for the body, but we can actually make adjustments and make it even more larger than what it is. We can, cut off a certain part of the body and make it, lengthen it or something, or make it more similar to what the Jurassic World Rebirth Spinosaurus would be, but we'll see. So we're going to map out this particular dinosaur and see what other modifications we would be making to make it more screen accurate. Well, I would say screen accurate because it's not showing yet. Based on the artist rendition of the Spinosaurus from that particular movie, then let's see where we go from here. So we marked down where we're going to cut here on the figures. You can see here I have marked where I'm going to cut out some of the plastic parts on the face, also here on the body and also on the legs, and so we're just going to go that that route, and let's see where it goes. So here's what we have so far with our Spinosaurus custom, and as you can see, I've adjusted where the arms would be going. It abruptly starts here at the shoulders. From where the neck starts, the neck would be, thicker and would be just as short. The sail would definitely be adjusted just so it will have that specific shape of the Jurassic World Rebirth Spinosaurus. The legs would be shorter, the tail at the base would be thicker, going towards a much I would say tapered tail towards the end. I think I would still lengthen the tail a little bit and make it a little bit more straighter from here towards the end, and we'll have a tail fluke coming from this side going till the end of the tail, sporting similarities in terms of shape with that of the sail. I do plan to have a Lego attachment on the bottom part here, so that it would I would have a base going here, and it would have a swimming pose where I can actually stand it like so, if you get what I mean, and if you can imagine what I'm actually thinking. So yeah, so that's it for now. Let's continue on with our custom. So here's what I've done so far. Like I said, I want to add a Lego brick underneath the Spinosaurus, so that whenever I would want the Spinosaurus to have that swimming pose, we can actually do so. Also trim down some parts of the legs here so that it can move until here. Usually it would just stop there if it still had some plastic remaining here, so I trimmed it down so that it would have that swimming action. So from the previous update that we did, I actually made a lot of changes. As you can see here, I've mocked up where the rest of the sail will be coming in. This is still removable, by the way, and I also added in a mock-up of where the rest of the tail will be using a lightweight EVA foam to fill in this gap. And also we added here the legs of our Spinosaurus. We also changed the area where the head would be. As you can see here, it's I used some parts of the Baryonyx head to make it more seamless, and you know, it would look like a very good size up with regards to the new Spinosaur that we're creating. And also remove some parts of the head here so that it would be a bit more, you know, narrower here on the end. The feet here would have this ball and socket joint, so that the main purpose is that since the Spinosaurus would be mainly swimming, I wanted to have poses where it can actually have this particular pose, and it can also have, you know, the usual land, you know, land articulation or land pose of the Spinosaurus, which is that standing on solid ground like so. So let me know what you think, guys. So we'll be moving on with additional steps in the journey of this customization for the Spinosaurus. One of the needed adjustments that I also made would be to replace the single claws with the same claws that we have here, or just so it is, you know, more of the usual theropod like feet to it. So yeah, so what we're going to do now is, after this has been, you know, replaced, we're going to add some more glue to it, just so we have some more stability before we move on with clay to more or less complete the entire, you know, process of making adjustments on the whole body of the Spinosaurus. And here are the winners for Guess PC contest. We have our lucky picks. Here they are: Hughie Darius, Lloyd FIU, Ket2, Indominus Bricks, Waffles VR, Ellie Collins, Goji Horror, Prehistoric Life, Daryl Collins, and Barry Addison. Congratulations, everyone. Now for top 10 winners:
Top 10.
Eden Stevenson,
Top 9.
Swollen Head of Dragon,
Top 8.
Beckle Even
Top
Altispanax,
7.
Hassan 1 and 7 View,
Top 6.
Carmen Leyde Pastrana,
Top 5.
Jurassic Tax 30,
Top 4.
Concrete Man 02,
Top 3.
Gong Studio 142,
Top 2.
Arizu 860,
And Top 1.
and Colton Todd. Congratulations, everyone. And for those of you who'd like to join your sound, just click on the Stick Bricks icon. It will link you to the Stick Bricks homepage, and the homepage, just click on the community link to see all our posts. So like I said earlier, we used some of the EVA foam to fill up some parts of the creatures, such as that of the tail, mainly of the tail actually. And now we just started on the basic shape using some clay over here, and yeah, so we're going to put in some of the details on the figure while it's drying. Of course, since it's a really big figure, we have to do it in portions. So one portion would be that of the neck and the moving parts of the figure, and then the rest would be just detailing sculpt. So now we're actually doing some detailing on the figure, and like here I added several sculpting details on the head, and using the back end of the brush here that is rounded, I'm actually, you know, putting in the details. So you can see here that the Spinosaurus has this really deep what do you call this, ear sockets, as well as the eye sockets as well. So I also did that on the other side, so it's not very apparent though, but here you can see here that I marked down where the eye sockets would be, and also where the other sculpting details would end up. So I made several more detailed changes to the Spinosaurus, and what would be that I have included the dew claw on the feet, as you can see there. It's just for you guys to have a better idea of what I did. Here is the closer look on that. That is actually the arm of a minifigure, and then I put on the ends of the small triceratops horn, and yeah, so I think it fits perfectly on the feet of our Spinosaurus. Alright, so last of the details that I actually added on the Spinosaurus would be the osteoderms that I have lined up from the neck here, which are smaller osteoderms or scutes, whatever you want to call it, and then it grows a little bit bigger and more uniform in size as it goes to the back, and then two little ones that are located at just the rear of the hind leg. And now it's ready, really ready for... Alright, so we're preparing our Spinosaurus for a coat of primer, and we are actually using this. This is Bosny number 68 Primer Gray. So we're going to spray paint this on our Spinosaurus figure. So first we're gonna cover everything with this brown mocha-ish color on practically the entire figure. Alright, now so using this ever so lightly grayish brown coloration, we're just going to dry brush on some of the areas that we feel that we need to highlight or that are based on the creature. Right now that we have somehow painted on the dry brush portions of this light gray, we're going to continue by painting in the individual osteoderms on the back of the Spinosaurus. So I'm using here a small brush, and slowly but carefully we're painting each of these individual osteoderms. So I'm wishing that I could also paint the size of the osteoderms, but if it would run the risk of painting over the non-osteoderms, then I prefer this painting the top areas, but in cases where I can, I would. We have here a grayed out yellow, and I'm still quite unsure if this is the correct shade, but anyways, we're going to paint this on the entire sail of our Spinosaurus. We'll let it dry and see what color we come up with, and then later on we're going to add in the details of the darker stripes on the sail. We'll probably create one or two more layers on this one, just so it would take up much of the colors on the figure itself.